5-ish ton, and today I've got a few trips to make it here, but today I'm getting 12, so 2 shots and then I move my truck forward. Closed, and now I gotta go to the scale house and pick up my ticket. couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. First one has to do with my, okay, well, they call them diesel heaters, but mine would have been a gas heater. I was supposed to get it in on Monday. It's an Espar, E-S-P-A-R, and it was going to go right in that cupboard back there. It's just a small little thing. They were going to drill a hole in the gas tank and run wiring to my battery, and my battery in the van would have charged the battery in the Espar, and it would have gotten the fuel from my gas tank. And I guess it's a little drain on my battery and little drain out of my fuel tank as well. And then they would have put a hole in the floor for the exhaust. And right from the get-go, that's why I put in my wood stove. I had reservations about it, and I have reasons why. Now, I know a lot of people, let me get this out. I don't even feel comfortable with this in here. It's a little rock solar, and it was cheap, and I just turned it on, and it's got 1 bar, so I need to charge it. But basically, it's getting dusty, very dusty. I park in a construction company parking lot, so everything gets dusty. But it has 5 USB and a DC, little DC one, and then it's got a light, and then some other plugs right there. And it's a good little battery. It doesn't take too long to charge up, and if I had to, I could curl my hair with it. That is the most powerful thing that I've used on it, but when I'm working, I don't bother with that. The odd time I might in the winter time, or if I'm going somewhere. Otherwise, I don't bother. My hair is up in a hat majority of the time anyway. And then I use which it got knocked off, but I use my cell phone case because I need my cell phone for my GPS in my truck. And in the holders with this case on it, it falls out. So I just took this and put it on top of my battery, and it works really well. But anyway, here nor there. Lithium batteries. There's lots that is great about them, but there's also some negative things about them as well. And the negative outweigh by miles the pros. So, or the cons outweigh the pros by a mile. I don't think there's enough information out about lithium batteries. So I tried a couple of days now to figure out how to put a link in my description. I need somebody to help me with some of this technical stuff because I have no interest in it, and I can get by with what I do know. The only thing that I do need to get is a camera, proper recording camera, and a mic, because a lot of people can't hear me. So I do apologize for that. That is on my list of things to get. So thank you for bearing with me with my cell phone recordings. But anyway, so I tried the link. It made me too frustrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask anybody that wants information on lithium batteries to check out this, I guess you could, it's a video, but it's more like a documentary. And I really like these people. They always have lots of fact-based information, and I'm pretty sure they give enough information out during their video that you can go and look up the stuff yourself and confirm it, because that's what you always should do, is make sure you research whatever you hear to your own satisfaction, where you can either say yay or nay to it. there's a lot of deception out there. Anyway, this video I 100% recommend, especially for people in the United States, for the overall video, because it is geared more towards United States. But for the lithium information, which is towards the end, when I edit this video, I'll actually find exactly what mark the lithium explosion of information starts. And it starts, and then that's the last part of the video. But in order to get a really good background on the lithium, you pretty well have to watch from the beginning. And it's about North Carolina and the hurricane that went through there, but it also starts peeling away the skins like an onion. So I highly recommend it. I don't do this at all. I don't recommend videos on my channel, but I am this time. So if you're considering getting a lithium battery, I highly suggest you watch it. So it's the people that put it out is called Truth Stream Media, and it's part 3, and I'm pretty sure it's the last video they put out. Please check it out. Now getting on with things, I did not get it put in, and I am left with my wood stove. Some things have been going on in the last couple of days, so a lot's up in the air right now. I will let you in on things as it progresses. This weekend I have some projects that I'm looking at doing, so that's why I'm kind of talking through this now, to put up what video content I already have, to make a video for you guys, and then I'm going to put up another one on the weekend. Fingers crossed if everything works out okay. Last weekend I was planning on doing one, and I worked. I was up at 2:30 on Saturday morning, and I worked till 2:30 in the afternoon, and then I had to go in on Sunday and got 8 hours on Sunday. So, and then I had to go do laundry and groceries and shower. So it was a pretty full day, and I'm rested now somewhat. I feel a lot better than I did on Monday. But I've been just basically eating what I can and going straight to bed after I make my lunch and get my clothes out. So that's why there was no video. Now the next video after this weekend that I'm going to start working on is going to be a video that I think also is really important, but I'll be doing this one. It won't be True Stream Media, and I'm going to put together a video on anybody that is thinking of living in a vehicle, but I'm going to mostly focus on cars, SUVs, and vans. I lived in a truck too, so and I didn't use the back except for cooking. I slept in it a little bit, but when we were in towns and stuff, I slept majority of time in the truck with Wilson. He had the back and I had the front. It was a crew cab. So that is going to be the next video. Just a lot of tips and suggestions, and you can always go back and watch the process. I hope everyone's doing well. There's lots going on in the world, and inflation is crazy. A lot of people are their rent is going up and stuff, so that's why I feel it's urgent to try to get some kind of video out and give you guys some tips, and hopefully it'll help. My email is in the description about section, and feel free to email me if you have any questions, or if you're just not sure what you're going to do and you're kind of stressed over it. You can email me and I'll give you the best advice as I can. Even if you just want somebody to email and talk to about your stuff. Because there's a lot of people right now, especially older people, that are finding it really, really hard to pay everything on their pensions and still put food on the table. I don't want to see anyone go hungry, but at the same time, it's not an easy road to live in a vehicle, especially in the winter time in Canada or in the colder parts of the United States. And it's gotten a lot less safer as well, and there's a lot more deterrents out there as far as being able to find places to park and stuff. I also want to thank everybody for subscribing. I got to 1,000. I think I'm 1,080 something, unless some people unsubscribed because I haven't put up a video. I don't know. But I didn't think I'd ever get that far. YouTube came to me and asked me if I wanted to partner with them, and the only thing I know about that is that they put in a lot of ads. So if you can comment in the comment section if there's any ads in my videos, I sure would like to know. And no, I am not going to partner with them. I don't want ads because I make these videos for you guys, and it's to help and be a voice out there and be an example, and I don't know, maybe entertainment. I don't know how entertaining I am, but just to see how Wilson and I do things and how we live and how we get through things. And life is not easy for anybody. We all have our trials and our challenges, but I know one thing that I honestly can say is I don't feel anywhere near the burden living in a van that I did when I lived in sticks and bricks paying bills. And I have the feeling of freedom, and it's really hard to explain until you've actually done it, I think. And I like change. There's a lot of people that don't like change. So, you know, it's kind of hard for me just to give out one piece of advice or tell you certain things, because it expands over a various different types of personalities. That's why I said if you want to email me if you have any questions or concerns, or you really don't know where to start, or you know, by all means I'll answer. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to sign off now. Yeah, that's what a day in Edmonton traffic will do to you, right? So yeah, I'm going to sign off now, and I hope everyone's doing okay. People forget that simple sometimes is better. I have a subscriber, and he's been with me pretty much from the beginning, and his name on the comments is live simply, simply live. That sums it up. And he gave me a lot of support. He said one time, he goes, just keep making videos, record everything that you do. So he did help me, and I always look for his comments in my comment, because he has been with me pretty much from the beginning. There's a couple of people, Lynn Wood as well, and sweet lady. I haven't met her, but she's already my buddy, so she's sweet too. She's very supportive. Such nice subscribers I have. I only had one in this whole journey that was a little bit judgmental, and I can understand where she was coming from, but she didn't know the whole picture. Anyway, I will see you guys this weekend. Today is Thursday, I think. I know it's the 31st. It's Halloween. And the little kids are out trick-or-treating. I have so many memories of trick-or-treating and stuff. And we all do, right? And it's a little nippy tonight, but we don't have snow. So I think Calgary's getting snow tonight. I'm not sure. Or they're getting snow. And Banff National Park is getting snow. And I've been just using my heater at night. I got a sleeping bag. It cost me quite a bit of money. Just in case my daughter ever wanted to use it, or I'm in a spot where I can't burn my wood stove and I don't have power coming to the van. I wanted to make sure that I had an extra sleeping bag. So that's 2 now I have. I'll show it to you the next time I do a video too. And I'm just gonna burn my wood stove on the weekends, I think, or if I go out of town. So there's that. I'll see you soon. Take care. Be grateful for what you have. Like I was gonna say, sometimes living simple brings you down to a little bit of a mindset of being more grateful for what you have, because you're not having so much, because you don't need so much, and the less burden you start to become more in tune with yourself, because you're not surrounded by all this material stuff. And I think it builds character, it builds strength, wisdom. I think a person becomes happier because their happiness doesn't come from their materialistic stuff. And a lot of people are going without money because everything's going towards bills and hopefully food. But if they can get in a spot where they can balance it out a little bit better so that they're healthy and still have a home around them, even if it might only be a small car, it's something that you just feel a little bit safer, because if you own it especially, nobody can take it away from you. And if you don't like where you are, or you feel threatened or something, you can move. But there are drawbacks and there's tons of positives. So I'm rambling on. Everybody have a good night. And thanks again for subscribing and watching and commenting. And I'm still kind of in awe that I got over 1,000 already. Really. I didn't expect that. But this channel is for you guys. It's put out for you guys. It's not for me to stick ads in there. I don't really know anything about it, and I don't really care to, so I'm grateful for the platform that I have and the people that I have. Okay, happy Halloween.